Hello, welcome to Late's News Today. Lionel Messi's goal gives Barcelona draw at Chelsea.
Lionel Messi broke his goal duck against Chelsea to deny Antonio Conte's side a crucial lead over Barcelona in their Champions League showdown. The Argentina international superstar had not scored in his previous 8 meetings against the Blues, but he put that anomaly right with 15 minutes left to secure a 1-1 draw at Stamford Bridge. Chelsea had gone ahead through Willian, who had earlier been twice denied by a post. But Blues boss Conte, who revealed he had experienced trouble sleeping ahead of the match, will be having nightmares about the equalizer with his side unable to hold on for a crucial advantage to take to the Nou Camp for the second leg in 3 weeks. The showdown between the current English title holders and Spain's champions-elect was also billed as Messi against Eden Hazard, with the two illustrious No-10s facing each other for the first time at club level. Hazard, spearheading the Chelsea attack with Willian and Pedro tucked in behind, certainly looked in the mood to show he deserves to be mentioned in such exalted company and fizzed an early 25-yard drive narrowly high and wide. But it was Messi who eventually came out on top. Messi was also looking menacing in the opening stages, with one sudden burst of acceleration leaving N'Golo Kante, Cesc Fabregas, and Antonio Rudiger grasping at thin air. The 30-year-old then collected Andres Iniesta's pass on the corner of the area and chipped an inviting ball onto the head of Paulinho, who should have done far better than nod tamely across goal and wide. In fact, Messi's mere presence was giving Chelsea's defense the jitters. Andreas Christensen passed straight into touch to give away the cheapest of corners, and Thibaut Courtois was lucky to get away with a mishit clearance. Barcelona's possession stats were touching the 80% mark during the first half an hour, but crucially they had not tested Courtois. Chelsea, meanwhile, earned some respite when Ivan Rakitic was booked as he tripped a rampaging Willian, with Marcos Alonso's free kick held by Marc-Andre ter Stegen. Moments later Willian collected the ball from Hazard, cut inside and crashed a powerful curler against the far post with ter Stegen well beaten. And with 5 minutes of the first half remaining, Willian's snapshot from the edge of the area clipped the outside of the opposite upright. After the break, Luis Suarez fizzed a shot across goal and wide, but it was Chelsea who broke the deadlock as Willian made it third time lucky. From the short corner, Hazard spotted the Brazilian unmarked on the edge of the penalty area, and Willian took a touch before arrowing a low shot beyond ter Stegen and, this time, inside the post. However, Barcelona hit back with 15 minutes remaining, punishing the first mistake of the night from the Chelsea defense. Christensen's suicidal pass across goal left Cesar Azpilicueta scrambling in vain and allowed Iniesta to cut the ball back to Messi. He had been denied with his last 29 efforts on goal against Chelsea, but he made no mistake with number 30. South Korean presidential candidate concerned about Trump's aircraft carrier story. President Trump's comments about moving the USS Carl Vinson toward North Korea and a show of force have sparked confusion and could cause South Korea to not trust what Trump says for the remainder of his term, a South Korea presidential candidate said Wednesday. Hong Joon-pyo, the candidate from Park Geun-hye's party, said Trump's comments about moving the USS Carl Vinson toward North Korea and a show of force spurred by that rogue nation's nuclear program was important to South Korea's security, The Wall Street Journal reported. The U.S. Navy said Tuesday it did not immediately move the carrier toward North Korea despite President Trump's earlier comments to Fox Business that he was sending an armada to deter Pyongyang. "We are sending an armada, very powerful. We have submarines, very powerful, far more powerful than the aircraft carrier," Trump told the Fox Business Network's Maria Bartiromo last week. "We have the best military people on earth. And I will say this. Kim Jong-un is doing the wrong thing." Military officials said at the time the Vinson was canceling a previous itinerary and instead was going to head toward the Korean peninsula. The ship is indeed expected to reach the peninsula, but only after first steaming towards Australia. The White House said it did not mislead allies about the ship's movements. The president said we have an armada going toward the peninsula, White House Press Secretary Sean Spicer said. That's a fact. It happened. It is happening, rather. Marushij Michishita, a professor at the National Graduate Institute for Policy Studies, told the journal that regardless of whether the U.S. intended to deceive or the narrative was a miscommunication, it looked bad for the White House. At a time of emergency, disinformation could be used as a tactic, but if the U.S. president spreads disinformation in peacetime like now, it would hurt the credibility of the U.S., he said.
Yesterday we were talking about the fact that Barcelona's nickname, rightly so over 2 days, but boy, it feels kind of like, well, they're going to be making, I don't know, somewhere around 30 pounds concessions from Counties actually at home, where clearly by highlighting Willian was their best player. But what criticism would be, and the game is still alive, but it's still a classic game, but what criticism would be, we know Barcelona have been more pragmatic, they've been successful, but they've been pragmatic. They were there to get a better result by the amount of possession, the way Chelsea got forward attack. To not have any of your two strikers by a bit, particularly Alvaro Morata, in the biggest game of the season, at home, I think was a bit of a buckle from them. That's a bit unfair now, isn't it? If it wasn't for Chelsea keeping themselves in the middle of the pitch and then won this one, that's their spots and maybe all I'm saying is with Barcelona time. You're saying they cut some ladies, gives the room around the start. Well, if I'm back strikers and I've got two of the supposed, one of the supposed top strikers in Europe, I think I want to play them against Barcelona. At home, you were the better team, isn't it? Chelsea were the better team, so you have to say. Well, they were better on the counter attack. I think they're a better team overall. They were better on the counter attack. What do you think, Steve? Well, I think every single time you play with Hazard up front, the ball was horrible. So come down and think that the coach did well, that the team improved. I just think. Wait a minute, Chelsea won't get Chelsea a chance. No, we're not doing that. You get Chelsea a chance. You're talking about why he played Hazard this week, Morata, and I'm telling you that it's what he did. Because every single time he's done it this season, he's not in charge. Tell me why he did it. Every single time he's done it this season, because it's horrible. But it was not time. The fortunate tonight that they've got a 1-1 draw. The thing's all about. But wait a minute. If you're going to say this get helped Barcelona must have lots of chances, or Barcelona must have had a world, Chelsea would have got to the tie. Yes, they were. But your argument has got nothing to do with it. Your argument is that you're going to go ahead because you see Morata is really playing. I'm telling you that it's down to a little bit of luck, a bit of luck, because every time he's done it this season, and I'll say for the first time, they've been horrible. You're talking about nothing being in the fun.